This is a WVUA 23 special report.
And now the final installment of Sweet Home Heroin. Jack Royer special reports on the heroin epidemic here in Alabama. And tonight, the ability that every citizen now has to potentially save a life.
This week, we've shown you the many effects of heroin, a drug that's infiltrated the lives of ordinary people and changed the drug game in the state of Alabama. Tonight, meet a man that's fighting this drug on two fronts, the streets and the State House. And now what every citizen can potentially do to save a life from this deadly drug.
Captain Alan Treadaway has decades of law enforcement experience, now a captain for the Birmingham Police Department. For nearly the last decade, he's also represented District 51 in the Alabama State Legislature.
You know, I have a role in the Montgomery Legislature to be able to actually work on legislation and laws that can be very beneficial to the public, and then come back home when the session's over with and actually have an opportunity to enforce those laws.
Captain Treadaway introduced and passed legislation that allows people close to someone with an opiate addiction, like heroin, to get a prescription for a drug that could potentially help save their lives.
In the past, our medics had it, emergency rooms. Now, an individual, a loved one, a friend, a mother, a father who may have someone in their lives that is experiencing this addiction and have it close by.
It's called naloxone. A generic brand name version is Evzio, a drug to help with addiction to another drug. A doctor can prescribe it to a person or relative of someone with an opiate addiction to immediately reverse the effects of an overdose and send a person into fast withdrawals if administered.
Evzio is the first FDA-approved naloxone auto-injector.
The version available to the public is boasted as easy to use and safe to carry with a low chance for accidental use. In the new year, law enforcement will be able to carry the drug after receiving training. It's available to the public now with a prescription, thanks to Treadaway's legislation.
And that's huge, especially in rural areas where it takes time. Many times law enforcement's the first one on the scene, and they're standing by waiting for medics or someone to come to the scene.
But perspectives on this drug differ. Recovered addicts tell me that it might be a bad idea to allow an addict to have access to a drug that could allow them to continue using. Jackie Gann is a recovered heroin addict who has been administered this drug in the past. However, he says the good outweighs the bad.
If I'm a heroin addict, I shouldn't be prescribed Narcan. Overall, it's a step in that direction and could be the right direction to shore up the back end of it.
I know with 5 children that if I had a child and that was addicted, I would want this drug available. I would want my child to have every opportunity to kick the habit. And if this is just another tool to help you get that individual that next step to success, then why not?
There are, of course, many theories about what's best to help curb Alabama's heroin epidemic, from treatment centers to prevention and even these drugs to help the drug problem. There is also plenty of controversy. The goal that everyone has told me they have, though, save a life from heroin addiction. That's Sweet Home Heroin. I'm Jack Royer, WVUA 23 News.